Hello and welcome back to Foundation Fabs or Flushes week 6, and as I'm about to start this video I realised that last week it was meant to be a completely different foundation, one that I was going to compare this week's foundation to, but it's okay, I might just have an extra video, we shall see. Today I'm testing out a foundation that has a sister foundation, the very famous Estee Lauder Double Wear, and today I'm testing out the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude foundation. I'm not the biggest fan of the Estee Lauder Double Wear because it's so matte. Will this look any better? I wonder. Hopefully, please do. If you would like to see whether the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Foundation looks nice and wears nice on an oily, acne-prone skin, then all you have to do is keep on watching. As always, let's read some of the claims on the Boots website. This foundation costs £34. Woo! £34. This better be good. And it is called the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup SPF 30. And it is described as the water light, this fluid, long wearing makeup feels like you have nothing on, moves comfortably with skin, looks fresh, natural, healthy, even toned, contains SPF 30 and antioxidants. It's your invisible defense against environmental damage from UV rays and pollution. Instantly and continuously hydrates with a moisture complex of red fruit extracts including watermelon, lychee seed and apple in shades for all skin tones. I'm so excited about this foundation, and I just realised this might not come with a pump, but it does say shake well, so I'm going to start shaking and zoom you in and we're going to try it on. So as many of you will know, the original Estee Lauder Double Wear isn't my favourite, not because it's bad, not because there's something wrong with it and it doesn't work. In fact, it is very long lasting, it does have a lot of coverage. The one thing, and it's so in your face in my opinion, is the fact that it's so crazy dry for a very long time, which again, for an oily skin person, that should be a good aspect, but I just don't like when my skin feels like it's just dry or super powdered. I don't like that feeling. Some of you might. I know some of my dry skin friends like that, and I'm like, I've been shaking a lot. I think it's going to, yeah. It's exactly like the original Estee Lauder. The bottle is just a little bit slimmer and slightly taller if I'm not mistaken. And let's try and pour it out. If it's water based, I don't want it to go everywhere because it is quite loosey-goosey. Oh! Yeah, see, you just need to get a pump with Estee Lauder, and the fact that they don't sell it at a £34 price, just a slight rip-off if you ask me. I'm going to take my sponge that I will be using first and wipe the neck of the bottle. It is very loosey-goosey, very watery, which I don't mind. I actually quite like that. Okay, as always, I'm taking a sponge first and I'm going to try it on one side of my face. If you're wondering, the shade that I got is 1N2, whatever that means. At the moment, it appears that it's slightly too light, but if I blend it down my neck, it actually matches me quite nicely. I just picked up a little bit more because the foundation does get sucked in to the sponge, and it immediately gives me slightly better coverage. Okay, and this is one side of my face with one layer of the foundation on in comparison to my bare face. Immediately, nowhere near as much coverage as the original, though it does have a sort of maybe a medium coverage. So far I like the finish so much better though. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look heavy. There's almost like this glow to it so far. Even though there's less coverage, I like this one better straight away. Let's see a brush on the other side. There's even less coverage with the brush, but it actually does spread out nice and evenly. I thought it was going to be a lot more streaky because the foundation is quite liquidy, but it's not. It actually does spread out evenly. There's no streaks. It looks okay. It looks fine, but there's definitely less coverage on the brush side. And this is the other side of my face with one layer of the foundation on, applied with a brush in comparison to my bare face. The sponge side does look a little bit better. That's probably because of my texture. It just allows the sponge to push the foundation into like those little sort of grooves, the texture post acne. I just feel like it's a little bit more even. But I do have to say that I thought I was going to have leftovers to be able to build some coverage, but I don't. So a lot of that foundation is in my sponge, and obviously on my face, but like, I don't know, you're just using it a lot, I feel like. I really like the finish on this side. It is a little bit more glowy than I would like it to be, but to be honest, I can tame this sort of glow with a little bit of powder. It's a lot harder to add glow when you have oily skin and you don't want to use a glowing primer because you have oily skin, but your foundation is so dry that you have to put some kind of glow. It's just, yeah, I feel like I can work with this a lot better than I can with the original Estee Lauder. To be honest, I'm actually wondering whether this glow is coming from the SPF, because it could easily be that. I actually quite like this. I really like the finish, but I do wish I had more foundation to be able to build. So I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of Monica, where I dab it straight on the sponge. I don't want to pour any more out because I'm going to pour too much. And let's see if I can build the coverage. It does build just ever so slightly. Okay, I'm excited about this. I really am. So far, really pleased with this. Let's see if I can bronze and conceal and powder and it's not going to mess it up. Let's see. For my cream bronzer, I'm using my go-to, the Fenty Beauty Butter Biscuit Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer. That blended in beautifully. I'm loving this. For my concealer, I'm taking the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. Everything so far blended in beautifully. The more I wear it, the more I'm like, it's gonna be a good one. So I'm excited for this wear test. I do wish it was like a touch more set. So I'm going to powder a little bit, starting off with my under eye. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Loose Powder in Butter. My lines are getting so big, I need some Botox. After doing all of that, I'm actually liking it a lot. It has settled into my lines, which I had to tap out before powdering, so I do worry that it's going to crease, but so far it looks very pretty. I'm gonna wear it for a couple of hours and give you my thoughts. It is currently 8 minutes to 10, so I'm just going to say 10 o'clock. I'm going to film another video and I shall see you at my first check-in. Alright, it's been 3 hours and this is what my face looks like. I definitely need a blot, but I must say my skin looks really nice. I do like the sort of dewiness that I've got going on. The only noticeable thing for me, at least in the camera, is that I am missing some of the foundation here at the top. Other than that, it looks pretty cute. By the way, I did do a video on this makeup look right here. I was doing sort of my hit or miss review on a palette. Anyway, let me blot because I do want to see the amount of transfer this has, or hopefully the lack of. It does feel kind of sticky when I'm putting the paper on my face. Let's see. So some of the foundation has come off, but I look so much better right now. The jaw looks okay. It has sort of rubbed off on my jaw a little, but it looks all right. The lines, yeah, there's some foundation settling in right there, but overall it looks decent. I'm gonna carry on and we'll see what happens. So far it looks okay. For 3 hours it looks fine. 7.5 hours later, and after a nap, this is what my face looks like. Obviously I didn't plan the nap. I'm just so tired that it just happened, and considering the foundation looks fine. I had a little look off camera, and again, considering I had a nap, quite literally just woke up, it looks okay. My forehead lines are just this year's foundation Fabs or Flushes are making me realize that at the age of 27 my skin is changing. So I ended up crying over seeing those lines, but everyone gets like that sometimes. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, I really did not expect myself to cry, but like seeing those little things and how my skin is changing reminds me of having acne for so many years and then finally getting to the stage where I'm happy with my skin and then it changing again and having like other things to worry about. Like I cannot catch a break. And the skin on your face, it's your face. Everybody looks at that. It's, you know, like the first thing people see. And anyway, the foundation itself is holding up actually really, really well. And I do like it. It is starting to sort of separate because of the oil on my skin. So there's not like much of it right here. You can sort of see the redness, like, and where the foundation's missing. It's starting to separate because of the oils in my skin, but overall, like, it has held up reasonably well. It's definitely not as long wearing as the original. To be honest, I kind of want to do like a Franken mix of the two foundations because I need like a slightest bit more matte, but like I can sort of give on the coverage. I'm going to blot and I'm going to wear it for a little bit longer, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts in a little while. All right, you guys, my final check-in, hour number 11, and I'm going to go straight in. The foundation looks decent. It has held up quite nicely on the face, but the price. I was thinking off camera, and to be fair, it's nothing special. The thing is, why would I pay, what was it, £34 for Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Foundation when I can get a similar effect, similar finish, similar lasting power when I get L'Oreal Fresh Wear? That's the biggest thing. Like, why would I pay 3 times as much for a very similar product? That's kind of my idea behind it. I don't think it's a bad foundation at all. It held up, it has a nice coverage, it has a lovely finish. I think it caters to a slightly wider range. It might not be as long lasting. It's definitely a lot more dewy than the original Double Wear. But again, like, just that price is so steep. You don't get a pump. It's annoying to have to tip it out. I did use quite a lot, to be fair, and I just think you'd get through it quite quickly. So overall, I think it's great, but I personally wouldn't want to pay that price. So there you go. I know it's short and sweet, but with the kind of meltdown I had earlier, I'm just kind of over it. Over the day, doing a check-in after a nap and having a meltdown. Sorry about that, you guys. It just clearly, something is on my mind, and yeah, it's been a day. I hope you have found this useful. Thank you so much for watching yet another week of Foundation Fabs of Lushes. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best, and I hope to see you next time.